What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, there was an issue that Advocate Mshululo was questioning the witness, Sereo. The issue was about the handkerchief that was used to wrap the evidence that was presented in court. So there is a firearm that was collected from Tobisi Mncube and some bullets that were recovered from the Kumalo house. They were wrapped in a handkerchief, then presented in court.
Is it the procedure that the bullet will be handled in that handkerchief, or the bullet should be kept in a sealed bag?
The bullet must be sealed, that is correct.
So it means even this one, after examination, it would have been sealed?
Subsequent to examination process, evidence is sealed.
It's sealed.
Yes. That is correct.
Until such time when it may be booked in to court or booked to any other respective areas.
That is correct.
Where did you get this one that you was covered on the handkerchief? Who gave you that handkerchief?
The court will recall, my colleague will recall that this bullet was handed in as an exhibit. Colonel Mangena brought it here in the forensics exhibit bag, opened it in front of everyone, and that's why it was in that state in which it was shown to the defense.
My lord, I think the witness has to answer this question because the exhibit is supposed to be kept in an exhibit bag.
The point is, this exhibit was first brought by Mangani.
Yes, my lord.
And it was denuded of every covering. And all of us saw the gun, we saw the smashed bullet, and we saw this very bullet. For the first time. It happened. You were there.
No, I was not there, my lord.
You were there, please.
My lord, can I proceed with my question? If
So
it's
it's not the first time that this is done in court.
I'm asking the procedure of the handling of the exhibit. Is it the procedure for the exhibit to be handled in a handkerchief, or they should be handled in an exhibit? Regardless, even if it had been shown in this court, it should have been shown in a status of being put in a sealed exhibit bag.
I was informed that the seal was broken for court proceedings. I do not have the details because I was not here.
So we all know that when it comes to evidence that is being used in such court cases, this evidence is collected and preserved using sterile gloves and stored in appropriate containers. And this is actually done to maintain the integrity and prevent contamination. But in this case, this evidence, it was already lapsed right from the beginning when it was stored in an unsealed bag. Now this disaster goes even worse. When Mangena presented the firearm and the bullet in court, this evidence was actually wrapped in a handkerchief. And it's really weird that he actually unwrapped this handkerchief and revealed this critical evidence before the court. So the use of that handkerchief for handling such critical evidence, it deviates from protocols and standards for handling evidence. What is even more surprising is that Judge Rata seemed not to have an issue with the use of the handkerchief in wrapping up of this evidence. So despite the argument by Advocate Baloyi and Judge Rata to say that that evidence of the firearm and the bullet was presented before everyone, whilst it was wrapped in a handkerchief, it does not help us any much because yes, it was done, but it does not mean that it is correct. So we should simply accept that and move on with our lives. It has to be questioned. And some of the questions that have to be asked are that where did this handkerchief come from? Whose handkerchief was that? Because surely if that was Mangena's handkerchief that he simply pulled out from his pocket, then it's really, really serious. So with all of this, I started researching and asking like critical questions during the research. And what I was specifically searching for was that, are there any cases in history worldwide where evidence was presented before the court whilst it was wrapped in a handkerchief, and this evidence was being presented by ballistic experts? So it's very, very critical. The evidence is being presented in court whilst it is wrapped in a handkerchief and being presented by ballistic experts. And obviously, no surprises, I did not find any case in history where this has happened before. To my research, no ballistic expert has actually presented this evidence whilst it was wrapped in a handkerchief or any material that is not ballistic in itself. This is because the presentation of evidence is governed by strict protocols to maintain the integrity and prevent contamination, and the use of the handkerchief is definitely unconventional. And unsurprisingly, Sereo further refused to answer more questions with regards to this handkerchief that was used as a wrapper for critical evidence. So Sereo refusing to answer these questions is, there are a couple of reasons why he might have refused, and it's that because of like a legal strategy and confidentiality, because this is an ongoing case, and he might be avoiding to comment because to avoid prejudice during the proceedings, and also he might undermine the chain of custody. And another reason why Sereo refused to answer these questions about this handkerchief, it is because it was going to raise a lot of eyebrows and a lot of questions about the handling of evidence that they do as ballistic experts, where they work at their institutions. So Sereo was more of like running away from additional scrutiny or potential admissions about deviations from standard forensic protocols. So obviously Sereo cannot speak for Mangena because it is Chris Mangena, the ballistic expert, who actually did this handkerchief drama thing to present the evidence in this handkerchief. And Sereo is doing the best that he can for himself to make sure that he is not entangled in Mangena's behavior. But this is really surprising as to how did really Mangena manage to go to court and like pull this handkerchief from his pocket and then reveal the firearm and this bullet that he is doing all of these forensic tests. You can imagine that Mangena should have like faced maybe probably professional consequences, or maybe he should have been questioned by his own institutions as to what did you do when you went there to represent us over there, because what he definitely did is unacceptable. But here we are, Judge Rata, he had no issue with the handling of the evidence in that handkerchief. Probably maybe it is just us, the viewers, who are having a problem with this, and maybe from a legal perspective, there's nothing wrong here. You never know, anything is possible. But tell me what you think about Mangena's behavior and the way Serero handled all of this handkerchief issue. I'll catch you guys on the next one.